What's good, JT family? We're back again with another lit
banger. So we are doing a requested video today. We had a subscriber that wanted us to do a like wine and get to know us type questions.
Get
like
really
a date
deep,
night,
you know?
A date night, you know. We don't do a lot of vlogs or like kind of like things that like get into our life, but. I mean, today, there's always a start for everything. There's always a first time.
We want you guys to get to know us, but it's sometimes hard to like put yourselves out there. So we're gonna slowly try. Hopefully you guys will get to know us, and you know, bit by bit, the longer that we're doing this, you guys can get to know us a little bit more. But right now what we're gonna do is we're going to
answer some questions.
Answer some deep questions, some thought-provoking questions. We've got a couple, and we don't want to make this video too long and too dragged out, so we're gonna get into the video.
Let's start. You gonna ask me one?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you the first question. So the first question is, how do I show that I love you without telling you?
Aww. You do like so many things that I think like show that you love me without telling me. Like you, just like every day you're always doing things to like take care of me and like, I don't know, like anything, like the smallest little things. Like you're always like coming home with things I need or like just like doing things for me, and like it just like makes me feel like you very selflessly like love me. Like even if something's inconvenient for you, like you'll help me. Like literally like yesterday she like called 2 places for me because I needed to have my teeth cleaned and needed a new phone, and so she did both of those things, just called the places for me, like got everything set up for me because I didn't have time. And it's just like stuff like that. You're constantly doing things to take care of me, and it makes me feel really
loved. You. Aw. Okay.
What do we have in this relationship that you never thought was possible?
You're so funny. Honestly,
it's cute.
This is gonna sound crazy, but
it's cute.
I like never actually thought that it would be possible to not feel a degree of like suffocation in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Which is huge for me. Like every relationship that I've been in has been like a really codependent relationship. So it's like, you know, you do everything together. You don't have any time for yourself. You can't have like your own friends. You know, like you're not allowed to like go out and do things with other people because it's like basically like each other, like each person, like your partner is your world.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do think that there is a pro to that. Like there is a good piece of that because it's like loving and very connected. But I do think that for like a longevity factor in terms of like being, you know, a couple for the rest of your lives, that slowly I think turns into this feeling of like suffocation, because it's like you no longer can have your own friends or go out without the other person being irritated, or you know, feeling like you have things that are just you and being able to find you. Like for example, you love to hike and I hate hiking. I know that's right. So like I let you be able to go hiking with your friends and like explore those hobbies that you enjoy that I don't necessarily enjoy, rather than being like, you can't do that because I'm not with you. And
we don't like guilt each other into stuff like that. No. And I think like we both definitely believe in like the 1 + 1 = 3. Like like we're both individual whole people on our own, and then like together we kind of like create like a different like entity in itself. But I will say, like, before I met you, and you say it too, like there was like a void in our lives like before we met each other, and I think that like that void is filled with like the love that we have. But I wouldn't say that it's like a matter of like that means we have to spend every minute like of eternity together, you know what I mean? Like we have a lot of time apart, and it like lets us have time to miss each other properly, and it also like lets us like have our own lives. We do have a lot of time apart, but like she was saying, like we miss each other like crazy all the time, and I really do believe that like missing the other person does make it like make you love them even more, because you're realizing all the time actively and even subconsciously how much you miss that person and want them in your life and all that. But you don't know what you have till it's gone. Exactly. How would you describe the feeling of being in love in 1 word? Oh my god. These are some doozies. Oh my god. The feeling of love in 1 word. Can you come back to me on that one?
No ma'am. No ma'am.
Love.
Oh, of being in love.
Yes.
Like with you? I would say like.
Well, obviously with me.
No, but I'm saying like
with your ex.
No, because I feel like if I think of like love in general or whatever, like I'm not sure, but like when I'm thinking about love with you, like I would say like unconditional.
Oh, babe.
Because I feel like you really do like love like me for me, and like it's not like you just take the pieces that you like and like discard the rest. I think a lot of people when they like meet someone, it's like they'll accept some of them but not all of them. And I feel like time and time again you just keep like proving me that like you really do love all of me, even like really the crazy like ratchet parts, you know what I mean?
I love the crazy ratchet parts.
Exactly.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Guys, our camera's gonna die soon.
Oh no. Oh no. Let's see if we can get a couple more questions in. I think we can. We will. Start doing that like way before it actually dies. Okay, my turn to ask you.
Oh yeah.
What would make you feel closer to me?
Oh, that's a good question. What would make you feel, what would make me feel closer to you?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think for me, I would feel closer, and this is actually my own fault, so like I'm gonna put that out right now. The ability to like open up and be vulnerable with you and be able to talk to you about how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I am the type of human that likes to struggle silently, and like I don't confide in people when I'm really going through the weeds with anything, or if I'm really stressed out or really anxious or really anything. And I know that every time that I do open up to you and I talk to you about something that's going on, I do feel like a sense of closeness to you. So I know that if I were to like be able to like do that full time and like not have to like really work myself up to like do that, I know for a fact that it would like help way more. So it's like not necessarily like you yourself can't do anything, because you literally are just like, your heart is so open to me, it's so unconditionally that like you don't have to do anything. Like you're right there and just basically like, I'm ready for you when you're ready, like when you're willing to like be, you know what I mean? So I think it's like my faults that hold me back from feeling closer to you. I don't think there's anything you could be doing better.
Right.
What lesson took you the longest to unlearn?
That I think, well, I mean, not, I wouldn't say in life, but if we're talking about our relationship, I think the lesson that, like relationships, I think the lesson that took me the longest to unlearn is probably understanding that, like, I think there's a saying that goes around that, like, anything that's like worth having is difficult. Yeah. And I don't really know if I believe that, because I think that like, I do think that like, you know, we have our challenges just like anybody else, but I have never been in a relationship where the day-to-day with somebody felt easy. Like on a like surface level of like our day-to-day existence, we have zero problems with anything. I never had a single problem about living together, have never had a single problem about like delegating different like tasks, like just like being in each other's space all the time. Like we've never had any issues with anything like that, and day-to-day life with you is so easy. Like there's something about the ease that makes it like so nice, because it's like you don't have to constantly be stressed out about like
minus the prank wars, because then we're constantly stressed out.
But like having like it's better to like, everyone has issues they're gonna struggle with and like things you're gonna have to like talk through and like work on, but imagine you had that and then on top of that a whole bunch of like small issues constantly all the time as well. Like, living together in our like day-to-day life and the way that our personalities like mesh is perfect. Like we are literally complete opposites, but like the perfect opposite to each other, if that makes sense. And so it works really well, and I've never had that before. And I think a lot of people have always said like, oh, anything worth having is so difficult, and I just don't believe that, because I think that like it should be easy, it shouldn't be hard. Like finding your person, like it shouldn't be this hard, crazy hard thing. You know what I mean? I
mean, don't get me wrong though. Like any relationship is work, but it's enjoyable work.
It's a choice.
It's not enjoyable work.
But imagine like all the hard things, you had that, and then you had a whole bunch of like, small things. No,
dead in the water it would never work.
It'd be so draining and exhausting.
Oh yeah, and that's what happens when you are with somebody that's not really the right person for you, right? So it's like takes such a toll on you. We don't have that.
As much as ask you.
Well, actually, we are dragging this on, I think. It's a little bit longer, because what I was thinking we should do for this one is both ask each other, because I think this is a really cute way to end it.
It's cute. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
All right, so I'll ask you first. What was your first impression of me?
Okay, guys, so we haven't done a story time yet on how we actually met. We've obviously...
are we gonna save that for a different video?
We should save it for a different video, but let's just say, I think you guys who've been the loyal viewers know that we met at a local bar. So the first impression was 3 years ago was, oh my god, she's freaking gorgeous. and she's straight.
That was the impression.
But I also got this overwhelming sense of like, you are very like genuine, like, and warm and sweet. Like your eyes show that you're like really like warm and sweet. Aww. And so like right away I was really intrigued and I wanted to get to know you. And then, yeah, I don't know, like I think it was just like, I told her stuff right off the hop that the night we met, like literally within like, what, like 45 minutes of chatting with her, like I let her know, like, cause at that point my brother had passed away, like, and he passed away really unexpectedly. Maybe I'll do a story time about that, I'm not sure, but that it happened, it was like really tragic, and I hadn't told anybody about it, like not even like some of my closest friends. And for some weird reason it was just like, you were so chill. You asked me what a tattoo was and it was in memorial of him, and I just like didn't even hesitate, like just opened up. And then I remember after opening up to you being like, oh my god, like this woman makes me feel so comfortable to just share my thoughts and share who I am. And so yeah, like I think that was my first impression, was that you were just like really easy to talk to, gorgeous, and like really genuine and like sweet. Yeah. What about you? I know what your first.
So like the first time I ever saw her, laid eyes on her, was her kicking a door in, because there's just two like saloon kind of doors that just like fly inwards, and she like literally booted it with her foot and flew in the bar, and I was like, that one, I like that one.
I had already had a couple drinky poos.
I thought she was I thought she was really cute, and I was like, oh my god, like she's so good looking. And I thought she had a big booty, so that was also something. But like that was when before I actually talked to her, that was just like when I looked at her. But then when I actually talked to you, I felt like such a weird, like magnetic, like draw to her. It was like really weird. It just felt like I should be like, I could not stay away from you. Yeah, I was trying to evade her at first. I didn't let her buy me a drink the first time she asked, but the second time she asked, I did.
That was also due to the janky situation.
Yeah, we may or may not talk about. But anyway, so like the second time, though, like I couldn't say no. I was just like, oh my god, there was nothing I could do to like stay away from her. It was so weird. We kept like looking at each other the whole night. I couldn't stop looking at her. And it was just like, every time I would look at her, she would also be looking at me, and we'd be like looking at each other's eyes. It was like out of a movie or something. It was so weird. Yeah. It was like I could not stay, I've never been that like drawn to someone before. So that was like really weird, and I was like, whoa. I also felt very close to her when I was talking to her. We talked until the like closing time at a bar, and I'm a kind of a granny. I never stay out late.
She's done by like 12.
The time literally flew like this, and
lights were coming on.
It was 2 in the morning, and I was like, gotta go, and I left, and I literally left the bar that night like thinking like, oh, I'm thinking I'm gonna love her, but I was like really drunk, and I was like, I'm stupid, like I'm actually so stupid. I remember like slapping myself in the face and being like, honestly, like you're so dumb for thinking that. But like it was weird because I had a really weird like instinctual kind of like I'm gonna love her, and it was such a weird fleeting thought. And then it's weird that like really 3 years later it's like we're inseparable.
Well, when I met her, I was like, I'm gonna marry her. Like I literally saw my future with you.
Yes. Like you saw like getting married to me and everything.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. But anyway, guys, that is our first impressions. Very sweet.
And those were a couple like deep questions. Yeah. Obviously, like we don't want these videos to be like 25-30 minutes long and like going into this in-depth kind of craziness, but we would love to have a live where we could have these like cool open discussions with people, so that they don't have to sit down for like 45 minutes and just like, listen to us gab about like random stuff they don't care about.
And like talk about questions, or talk about
come in and out,
or talk about like just like topics, like that could be fun. But
we're thinking about doing more like stuff like that. Maybe when we hit like 5K, we'll start doing more lives and like doing more interactive stuff with you guys.
We just aren't sure that anyone's interested, like. But as soon as we get like more of a vibe that people are like down and would show up, like obviously we would do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, please like and comment what you want to see down below.
And make sure you subscribe.
Yes. And please subscribe. Like, come on, please.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe, guys.
And yeah, thank you guys for getting us to where we are so far.
We love you guys so much. We love and appreciate all of you guys. And we love all the support. Like, it means so much to us. And on that note, we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.